So let's talk about censorship. Right. I think Elon Musk has kind of integrated himself as a guy that's directly tailed in with the military, and the military oversees PRISM and how all people communicate with YouTube, with Yahoo, with Facebook, with Twitter, all the major stuff. Okay, and when Elon is up here with the military and Prism, everything is just kind of a big joke, right? Freedom of speech and all this stuff. The U.S. military and the United States gives itself this authority to pick and choose who gets to be popular, which artists get to be popular on the Billboard charts, Bilby. You get to be popular because you are the shit, and I love you. Okay, right? I 200 million plays versus one my 9 plays on the same song. Well, that shows you the discrepancy between men and women and the gynocracy. Here are women. Here's Billy. She gets all the plays. Okay, I get none because I toppled America 8 years ago. So when you're smarter than everybody else, you become compartmentalized for study. You become a person in a box, kind of. I mean, like, I'm living that life. I'm just a person in a box in this box. And I have a mind that goes out far into the universe, though. I far surpassed all of your intellects. And it sounds like egocentric, grandiose narcissism. But if I have a better way of doing everything across the spectrum, maybe the sheep will listen, right? Maybe they will. So I am your real Harry hard on. I am your real pump up the volume. I am your Christian Slater. Uh, I'm the actual guy in real life uh, doing pirate radio here, wherever it can get through. I made a FM transmitter from scratch one time, accidentally took over the entire airwave. So I was playing on every station between every major radio station. So it's kind of funny. I have this history. Like, I was the best hip hop FM radio DJ in world history on KUGS, right? I had Wesley Willis. That he came up to KUGS 89.3 just to do a little promo because I was playing all his music. I am the shit. I was playing Cool Keith and Square Pusher back when you were a fucking toddler. Uh, and and I don't know if you missed a lot, right? What did you? I mean, you missed the '90s. The '90s were the shit. It really was. I think they were. That rock star era where there were real rockers, and kind of after the '90s, all that kind of fell away into this kind of this modern synthetic voice, uh, auto tune. We lost all our voices. We lost our ability to communicate to each other. Rupert Murdoch bought MySpace and made it so we couldn't fucking hear each other in the bulletins anymore. And here I had absorbed, almost the entirety of the internet that way. Like, we were sharing every fucking documentary that was fucking important and listing it for each other all the fucking time. Like, and all that kind of fell away. The truther, the people who cared about the truth, we're kind of there for an era during MySpace. And when Rupert Murdoch squished MySpace, and made it, I don't know, it turned into Justin Timberlake space or some shit. We went to Facebook, and then Facebook was God, and you see Prism is really God. Prism controls Facebook, controls Yahoo and everything else, and YouTube. And when you have like Elon pretending to fucking correct free speech with Judge Napolitano on Twitter, well, I mean, he's up there with the military doing contracts all the fucking time, putting up satellites, right? So, like, who do you listen to anymore? Like, who gives you the truth? It's the Cascadians. The Cascadians, we have the highest intelligence because of me, because we created a government here. Our entire government is about making me the smartest person. So we all have to contribute to that. You see, I have to have the highest situational awareness for the planet if I'm going to make responsible decisions for the Zennial generation. So I have to consolidate all world military leadership so you guys don't fucking blow up the world anymore. When you're all nincompoops and dipshits for 2.5 centuries, I have to tell you about it, and that's volunteerism. I don't get a fucking dollar for that. I get alienated and ostracized by society, even by other Cascadians, for being on the right side of history. But see, I know, standing on my own, walking my own path, walking the correct path as the leader of Cascadia, tying it to 2014 like I do, understanding the new government like I do, understanding that it's not all about elections for popularity anymore, that it's about who was the smartest, who was the wisest, who has the highest awareness that fucking day, that second, that moment. The military understands that kind of mindset. The military is like the only fucking entity that is half as smart as I am. You see the problem? So it's hard for me to communicate to even Congress, to anyone in society. It's hard for me to communicate to my own family, the monster that I've become, that I'm king of the continent. Americans aren't used to treating any man with any ounce of dignity. For me to say that I'm king of the continent is just outrageous to your average American. They're living in a world that is so dumbed down that there is a whole section of the population where it's a big cloud of people who can't escape their own brainwashing, that have had a mass psychosis event with the vaccines and everything. They're all following each other like lemmings, and they don't know who the fucking leader is. And America wants to hide that leader of the free world so it can keep its country and keep all these lemmings dumb in a cloud, keep that news on repeat, so everyone can be vulnerable to whatever the fuck kind of bioweapon they choose. And it's funny. You're all so vulnerable. You're vulnerable to having Big Brother separate all of you from your children any fucking school day. And this is all by design. And when I tell you this, it really makes a lot of paranoia. It really makes parents kind of freak. Okay? And when they see these movies on TV, like ads for a movie where there's a school shooting, they're almost trying to pump that message, conveying that message that school is unsafe for your children. Okay? Why might they be doing that? Well, I'm trying to teach you all to go back to homeschooling, because we have broken families. We have broken relationships. The Western family doesn't know how to keep its family together. Not like the Mexicans do. See how the Mexicans, they all round up their family into one house and they fucking care. Even if there's 40 fucking people, they care about keeping their family fucking together. Because they're wiser than us. They fucking are smarter than us. They've had their families broken apart before. Do you see? To understand that value, to understand how important it is to keep your fucking family together. We all atomize and scatter off into different directions. Every fucking family in America. We don't care about each other. We don't talk to each other anymore. We don't talk to our neighbors. We're becoming atomized through our technology, through constantly absorbing spam and television and YouTube videos and everything. Like, we're atomizing ourselves. I might know everything in the fucking universe, but I can't fucking talk to any of you. You see the problem here? No one will respond to me, okay? Because I'm smarter than the government now. I'm smarter than all of you, okay? What would you ask me? Like, I've told you every fucking thing I can think of. Once you know everything, what is it that humanity is really missing? I would say that it's that we aren't close enough, you know. So this is why I keep grinding in psychology and relationships, because understanding that we can live to 1300 and understanding how no women love men yet with the hair test, it shows us the path that we need to take. We need to be closer in our relationships to achieve that longevity and be together in the proximity effect when we're so distracted with our careers and having our separate career paths and stuff. We're not together, we're not close, and when we aren't close, that's going to reduce our longevity. We're putting other shit in the way of our prosperity and our longevity and our happiness with our children and everything. Like, we're putting money and whatever the fuck boys and vacations and everything. Like, what you have to do is be close to that one-itis type partner. The red pillars will call it one-itis, like it's a bad thing to have a single companion, to have a partner like that all through your life. Like, that is absurd to the modern red pillar who's trying to rack up their body count in the modern hookup culture. Like, they don't understand the value of being with one person for a long time. Like, they don't understand the value of building memories with one person, you know? They've never had a healthy relationship yet, okay? Where you take care of each other, where you're there for each other, where that shit matters, you know? They've never had that. They're just lost boys, you know? Like Pinocchio. You're all the lost boys. You're all the lost girls, especially the girls. You're distracted, constantly distracted, keeping yourselves distracted from being close to that one person. You know, you're distracted with power, in particular, ladies. You're distracted with the power to choose any fucking guy you want on your roster, right? To pick guys out of your roster as you're spinning plates. You cherish that more than building a relationship with any one guy. So when you have the top guy in hypergamy, he's been alone for fucking years. When you have the highest lover in the world, the most open-minded guy and the best lover, the best every fucking thing, he's not cool enough or anything like anymore. I get to be an incel because I'm smarter than you, because starting a new country is weird. I get to be an incel because women like to manipulate men. Women don't like smart guys. They want a dumb guy they can manipulate, that they can cheat on. They want a beta guy they can cheat on. They want an alpha guy they can cheat on, you know? Uh, the thing about alpha and beta is there are no other alphas but me. I'm the only alpha on Earth. And you know why this is? Because I'm the only guy on the right side of history. I'm the only guy with ethics. I'm the only guy taking charge of the future. Okay? You want to manipulate men? Well, I'm manipulating the future of Earth. Okay? I'm making it so cops can't kill people anymore. Which do you think is more important? You know, mating selection or what I'm doing, ladies? So when you look at hypergamy and who's the top guy, who's the top guy to you? Is it the guy who's the most sexy? Is it the guy that's the most rich that you can manipulate and screw over as a gold digger? Or is it the guy who's smartest? Okay? Or is it the guy who's the best masculine fighter, right? That can protect you and can protect your family or whatever. Right? Is it that survivalist, you know? Is it the guy that can help your family endure? Or is it the fuck boy that will just be gone the next fucking second? You have to pick and choose what you want, ladies. If it's going to be a feminist gynocracy, I guess you get to choose. You get to choose your poison. You know, if I don't get to choose, I'm just going to let you all mate with yourselves and make your spam. You get to make your spam, and I get to be that condescending ass that just kind of laughed about it all, right? I'm just gonna laugh when you mate with the other guy that is not me. Like, you missed, ladies. Oh, I guess you missed. I guess you went for Justin Timberlake or Justin Bieber or whatever it is, you know. Like, you have your perception as a female, like what a good guy is, or like, oh, this guy is really cute. I know, and you know, like I would 1 KO all of your pretty boys. But you see, she will choose that pretty boy. She will choose that pretty boy because she wants to keep that feminist gynocracy. She wants the women to be in charge of mate selection, not men. So she will opt for that pretty boy that is weak, that she can manipulate, you know, that she can abort the baby of, ha ha ha, because she wants power. See, everything kind of revolves around a woman's sexual narcissism in her society. Just look to the core of it all. It's like the reason why I can't raise my own kids, you know. The reason why any dude is in jail for any fucking thing, a woman was probably a sexual narcissist or some kind of asshole that just wanted to be a vindictive bully, right? So, do you really want a killer to counsel other people why it's important not to kill? I think that you do want that. I think that you do want that. But in the case of pedophiles, you don't want that. You see? You don't want a pedophile to talk to people about why it's important not to fucking take advantage of little kids. You know, that's weird as fuck. So the thing about all that is like, use your own discretion. The thing about the age differences and everything in ageism, uh, it should be by consent, you see. Uh, that age is really irrelevant if it's by consent of the individual. And parents like to get involved in that. What I would say is that I would advise people that are under 18 not to have sex. I would advise them. Uh, and now I would also teach them self-defense so that they can defend themselves against rape, so that they can defend themselves against sexual predators. Uh, and as far as like the thing about public schools and the Second Amendment and everything, like you have to make a choice if you're going to still have public schools. I guess you can still have them by donation. I'm advising you to have homeschooling again as our families are broken apart, but if you're going to have public schools by donation, I would advise that you start having either metal detectors or actually teach the kids how to treat guns with respect. Can you do that at such a young age? You know, it's not like you're going to be sending your 5-year-old to school with a handgun, are you? Because all the other students could have one. I think you have to think about metal detectors more seriously, and that's the big conundrum with the Second Amendment. My advice was to have 2 veterans protect each school, so that at least you have that to protect the school. 2 armed veterans, and then your metal detectors. Because school shootings will continue. That's still going to be a thing for Americans. Little kids are going to pick up their dad's hunting rifle or whatever, or the handgun, and bring it to school when they feel pissed off or something. And that's really fucked up. And this is why it's so important to homeschool. This is why it's so important to teach your kids how to be responsible. Because you have to learn that discipline. I realize now that when Western women don't have that discipline, when they don't have martial arts, that they are loose cannons, that they will fly off the handle, that they do engage in violence, that they engage in fights, in street fights that they're not prepared for, that they should not be engaging in, because they're weak women, engaging in a street fight. This is the type of modern American that we have. If 7 out of 10 are psychopaths and they're weak and they can't fight, what do you think is going to happen when they get guns and stuff and you empower them? You're giving a bunch of brats the ability to kill people, okay? And that's a bad path for Americans. If you don't make it more like the Swiss government, where if you don't teach kids the importance of treating firearms with respect, you're going to have the opposite effect. You're going to have a society with mass shootings, more like Chicago, more like Seattle's becoming, and here in Cascadia, I don't want to see shootings. I don't want to see a fucking bullet on my continent flying around. I don't want to see a fucking dude driving into people with his car. I don't want to see that happen. In fact, after seeing the path that cities go, when they get rid of the bicycle to become a pedestrian city, with a huge pile of bicycles when they make those transitions. I can see that that's the future, to make pedestrian friendly cities more like Leavenworth, where they they block off the center of town where everybody can walk through all the stores. Like, uh, they like that better in Leavenworth, and we should all model our cities like that. Put up your cones in the center of town where you want the center of the city to be, because we're all dislocated. We don't have a center in our cities. We're all just loitering in a business if we try to hang out anywhere. And that's the problem with our parents' generation. They were greedy fucks, and they never allowed us to even fucking hang out. I mean, without loitering. They wanted curfews and shit. They're dicks, okay? They're gone, right? Your whole police force is gone. On the West Coast, like, none of your shit matters. None of your laws fucking matter over here. You attacked us, America, so I'm the boss of the continent. Like, I control your military. If you're an asshole psychopath attacking your own fucking people, look, America has had its non-violent uprising and its non-violent coup. Here it is. You know, I'm your 5-star dad. If there is a global conflict, I'm in charge of this continent. I'm not fighting with Russia and Ukraine. I just want you guys to remember who's in charge. They can keep talking about NATO and America like it still exists, you know? No, that's dislocated leadership. Jen Stoltenberg doesn't mean much to my generation. We lead the entire world. You know, we have consolidated leadership. We're not stupid. Okay? And I don't think that Russia and China are stupid either. Okay? I'm the one telling Congress, I'm the one at Space Command telling Congress of the former government that, you know, China has reverse engineered the Black Triangle. Like, you guys are so behind, you're never gonna fucking catch up with me. You still think you have a job, you know? And I might not have a fucking dime to my name, but I can stop World War III a couple fucking times. What's that mean? Does that even put me up a fucking notch in a narcissistic feminist gynocracy? No, it does not. I will have my family shattered. I will have every fucking thing fall apart still. Just because that's the case, you know. You have to start a new government if you're going to have any dignity in this world. If you're going to raise your kids, this is like the reality. You have to face it as a father. Like, America's not going to lead the path that you want for your children. Your kids could get put in an American jail. Do you understand? Like, your kids could get shot by the cops. Do you understand that? And if you care about your kids, you gotta have to fucking change it. You gotta teach America about basic rights again. You have to teach America about the Declaration of Independence again. I mean, and if they're not listening, you know, wave a different fucking flag, you know. If they're not fucking listening, write your fucking book about why you started a new country, like I did. Get your passport. I'm number 5, guys. I'm the number 5 guy. I'm not the only fucking Cascadian. There are more Cascadians, okay? I might be leader of the continent, but this shit is not just me. You guys want your independence too. You know, everybody wants it for themselves. Who wants to have a racist, genocidal bully run the fucking show anymore? You know? Cascadians don't like that. We're survivalists with dignity. That's our thing. We care about ecology. We care about our families. We care about global stability when other nations don't. And here we have the least fucking broadcast signal. We have the weakest signal on the internet. We're just a tiny whisper on the internet. The leader of the free world has 8 fucking plays. And my girl has 200 million, okay? Because somebody wants it that way. Somebody wants to play God of Twitter. Somebody wants to play God of Facebook. Somebody wants to play God at every fucking turn that I turn. Somebody is going to try and steal my girl. Somebody's going to try to keep my kids from me, you know? Somebody's going to try and fucking make sure that my voice isn't heard. Somebody's going to try and fucking distract you with a fucking war on the other side of the world, you know? Anything but focusing on Adam Brisbine. Any fucking thing. We will distract the public with any fucking thing we can. Colin Kaepernick is taking a fucking knee. Not fucking Adam Brisbine. You know, anybody but fucking Adam. You know, Adam is not the fucking top rapper Drake is. It's gotta be fucking Drake, right? No, motherfuckers. They can't do this shit forever. They're running on a treadmill now. And everyone can see, like, America's just running on a treadmill. Okay? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're lemmings now. Trying to avoid me. Just like every other country. Every other country on lockdown. Trying to keep itself. Trying to keep its power. Freak the fuck out about Adam Brisbine. Freak the fuck out. I've made contact with aliens, you know. They're fucking freaks. I have more UFO photos than all their fucking Pentagons in the world. They didn't make contact worth a shit, did they? Or did they just hide it all? And, you know, they got their grays. They got a couple grays. They got a couple spacecraft. They're trying to keep up. So Paul Hellyer will tell you the truth a little bit. Former defense minister of Canada. How many races are visiting Earth? We're being fucking visited. There's shit in the ocean going on. Would you stay on the surface? What if there was a tsunami? You know? Maybe they're just smarter than us and they want to hide from our dumbasses. I want to hide from your dumbasses. So why wouldn't they? Right? Why wouldn't they camouflage their ships and not fucking be seen? Why wouldn't they act like Bigfoot in the forest? Because the only way they were able to survive previous conflicts on our planet was to fucking leave, to fucking run. If you were in a street fight, I'm like, would you use a sword or a shield? A sword and shield. Would you use 2 swords or a sword and shield? Or would you run? Or would you run parkour? See, that's how they survived. That's how they fucking lived. We all destroyed ourselves and got amnesia. But they fucking left Earth. They left Earth when we were fighting ourselves. When we were dipshits. When we were bringing in asteroids and nuking ourselves. They fucking took off. Zip. We're out of here. Fucking violent asses. And they got to fucking progress. Lived to 1300 fucking years old. Well, we were down here on Earth. killing ourselves over and over, fucking forgetting who the fuck we were. So here we are at it again almost. About to bring in asteroids again. One fucking asteroid could toast our planet. Right? Do you guys take it seriously yet? The Planetary Defense Coordination Office, the movie Don't Look Up. Are you looking up yet? Because those near Earth objects matter. I mean, a fucking mothership could pull through in just like this and take over our planet just like this, and we wouldn't see it coming. We would not be prepared. We have irresponsible leadership until you get to me, you know. And if we have consolidated all our leadership as we're supposed to, do we have the right guy at the top? A guy that extraterrestrials would respect. Do you see that problem? If you have some kind of a power monger that just wants a national agenda, how are extraterrestrials going to respect that guy? That would make our planet ripe for takeover again. So it has to be a person all nations can trust, a person that understands basic rights, that it's bad for nations to kill their citizens. This is the new awakening. This is the new paradigm shift. This is what it will take for humanity to come out of the dark ages. Because although with all our technology today, we're still in the dark ages because we still kill people. We're still fucking medieval fuckers. Vindictive fuckers. 7 out of 10 assholes still. And you can't escape that. You have to come to terms with your own reflection, planet Earth. You have to come to terms as women that you don't love men yet, and you aren't close enough to men yet, and you're always fucking distracted with some bullshit. As a man, as a woman, in the way of keeping you close. You're not going to live to 1300. You're not close at all. You're dicks to each other. And I'm the world's highest mind in human history. I'm the most neglected motherfucker. And how does that come off? When all the women of Earth have fucking abandoned me. How does that make women look when none of the women on Earth are sensitive enough to give me 3 fucking seconds of their day without a fucking gazillion dollars down their pants? What has happened? What's happened to society? Are you all that fucking pretentious? Are you all that stuck up? Are you all that full of yourselves? I mean, are there that many fucking guys above me? No, there's not a single soul. There's not a single dude that will fight me in a cage fight right now. I mean, they're worried they would die. They won't fucking respond to the alpha male. Like, no journalist will talk to the alpha male. Everybody spreads away from the alpha male when I come around. When I come around with all the information, when I come around with the entirety of human intelligence completely quantified, everybody scatters, because that is the singularity. This is the last guy standing, the last man standing. After the game of Counter-Strike is through, the last guy telling you that violence is bad, that both teams will be entirely obliterated, before it happens. You might all have a bunch of guns and think that you're all cool, but just remember, that both sides get fucking wiped out if you ever have a conflict, and that most of you have never been in conflict, okay? Most of you don't know the horrors, even with a fucking ounce of your soul. You've been watching TV this entire fucking time. You've been on Twitch streaming this entire fucking time, you know? You're collecting girl trinkets. I think it's so amusing how I have to coddle to spoiled little girls, acting more and more and more immature. They're on a trajectory of total decadence. How much more decadent can women become? I don't think that family matters for any of them. I don't think relationships matter to any of them. Just remember, like, no girls are around me. I must be a huge fucking bore. You have to be drinking to have sex, right, ladies? 80% of the time, you gotta be drinking. Because you don't know how to do this shit socially. We're confused. So you get with that one-itis person. And simping is just a dirty word for true love that the red pillars made. Okay? In a psychopath society. Simp. It's just a guy that loves his girl, doing nice things for his girl. Simp. While she fucks other guys. That's why they call him that. But all it is one of the last good guys before a totally decadent society. That's what a simp is. So, I'm your canary in the coal mine for Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Your last good guy. Alone for fucking years. Do I want to go back to all those girls? Do I want to go back to a fucking shallow dating pool of girls who are ugly on the inside? Not really. Morgan Freeman would tell you to not chase women. You know, that's the path I'm trying to take. Don't fucking chase. They'll come to you. That's what he says. Well, he didn't start a new country, did he? Like, starting a new country, women are paranoid about that. You know, is their man going to get shot? You know, is this going to cause my life trouble? They're just thinking of themselves again, always selfish. They don't admire anybody for doing the right thing. It's all about their decadence. So, let's just say it for what it is. Let's just tell the reality. Tell the truth, right? This is our State of the Union in Cascadia. This is our state of the world. So, yeah, I drive that point. You don't want to create a society of punishment and vindictiveness like the former U.S. government. In my book, I argue that you don't punish a police dog to get it to do what you want. You reward it instead. So, like, why are we punishing humans? We created a society of punishment instead of reward. Well, that was counterproductive and the opposite of what we should have been doing. So I argue that rather than punishing the thief, we compensate the person that was stolen from. See, that's more progressive. You want to be progressive and not an asshole anymore. Uh, he, George Carlin, when he took the Ten Commandments down to one commandment, don't be an asshole. He simplified the Ten Commandments into don't be an asshole. Wasn't that convenient? Wasn't that cool? I think that was probably one of the coolest things he did. Because that's what it is. Like, we're surrounded by assholes, like that quote. Make sure you're not just surrounded by assholes. Well, we are. Okay? And I might be the highest guy, but I'm surrounded by assholes who want to be the highest guy too, or whatever. Like, who want to be the boss still, who want to rule the world still. And when I tell you about what it's like, that's going to kind of shy you off of it, because it's not fun. It's not. I'm the one that gets to tell you, no, it's not fun to be the leader of the world, because this pissing contest where they will sabotage every fucking thing in your life to keep their national continuity. They will fuck up your day. They won't try to fucking understand you. They're not gonna listen to you. They're gonna try to keep their fucking country. So, like, I have to circumvent that all. I have to, the power of ignore is such a powerful thing. Like, the power to ignore taxation, the power to ignore America and its media, the power to ignore bullshit like the power to ignore the war in Ukraine. Like, I don't have to pay attention to that. I don't have to pour billions into the war in Ukraine. Everyone here knows, hey, we could be spending that on ourselves. We could be making this continent flourish. We care about our people. Like, who wants to feed these fucking war dicks? They're not even fucking in charge anymore. So, yeah, like, Biden's administration is just crumbling. And, like, I'm not trying to be an asshole to the guy or anything. Like, I'm just totally passive. I'm not even focusing on their shit. Like, I Trump and Biden and Obama and all these guys, like, they're an afterthought. None of their shit matters. Like, none of their like, Cascadia is totally independent from how they're behaving, because this goes back to the foundation of America. How you didn't understand your own foundation. The only reason I'm able to start a new country like this is because I understood that. I understood the Declaration of Independence when you guys didn't. All of your pink hats don't understand. Ha ha ha. That's funny to me. I gotta start a new country. You're so dumb. It's sad too. But, like, I like the idea just like everyone else does. When you're starting something new, it's something beautiful. And the fact that we don't know what the fuck it's going to be yet is amazing. And it might freak some people out. Some people might still be living in a fear-based reality. But Cascadia is switching that paradigm over. So we're coming from a place of love, just our love for the continent, our love for our own people here, our love for humanity as a whole, the melting pot of humanity itself. We're in love with Star Trek. We love Star Wars and Star Trek, and we want to have a more Trekkie type future, because when we treat this planet like a starship like that, It puts all of our worries away. It puts all our national conflicts away. The bridge was filled with people of every race. Every kind of person was on the bridge in Star Trek. And we took all our problems head on as a fucking team. And that's the way that we're going to do things now from here out. Like, if you have old people trying to start conflicts now, that's just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, we have to laugh at them now. The only way to get around this is to laugh at how dumb they are, right? Let's laugh at them. Let's fucking laugh at how dumb Biden is, right? We're gonna laugh all the fucking way to the bank, where I will teach you that money is fucking bad shit, because that makes that temptation to sell out. When we will sell out for $1,000 or $10,000 or $1 million or $1 billion, right? No fucking relationships matter. So I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I want to change that and make relationships the priority. See? Because I know that that's the key. That's the key to our longevity. That's the key to our happiness. Okay? It's not your hooker hoism. It's not your America anymore. It's the Cascadian future, where man and woman are royalty. That duality. When I'm trying to tell you, like, no guru is a good example when he's just talking by himself like I am right now. I'm not a good example yet, because I don't have that established, that there is a woman by my side. See, for a man to accomplish that, to have a loyal woman by his side right here, it doesn't matter if she's silent or just they're loyal by his side. Like, when you have that duality, when you have those two people, finally, at last, you have a good example for children. You see what the difference is? When Dr. Phil talks to people trying to give them advice and he doesn't have his wife by his side, he's not a good example yet on his show. So Dr. Phil can't teach you shit yet, because he doesn't know that. Okay? Nobody can teach you shit yet. You're not going to get anyone's attention yet until you have that man and that loyal woman. Because in our society, we can't get it. Women know that too. Like, if a woman saw that happen for a guy, this guy has a loyal woman by his side, suddenly the world will listen to this man. Suddenly some person would actually matter again. Okay? That's the problem with our society, when we have this fractured leadership and this division between men and women. When we always dump everything into our careers by design from Big Brother to keep the men and women good workers and not too close. They don't even want us working together in the workplace. We might kiss. Oh God, that would be bad. Some countries, hugging is fucking bad. Okay? Hugging. So there is always this kind of divide and conquer strategy with some fucking thing. And all this stuff with homophobia and transphobia is real controversial. Real fucking controversial, guys. Because on one side, this is the double-edged sword of all things. Like, because on one side, when you have that gay pride parade, you're saying that your country is the most free, the most liberated, because you can see what happens when you have the opposite of that. You have a very oppressive kind of government. And on the other side of the coin, when you have those gay couples, are they necessarily a good example for children yet? And is that really natural? And the Christians will jump all over it. That's not natural. And I have to take it with the grain of salt. I have to be the champion of liberty and let you make up your own decision, you know. When you let your girl kiss other girls, though, that's kind of the slippery slope that leads to her taking your girl to other guys. See, that happened to me. So that girl might talk her out of being with you, because somebody likes to do that. Like, girlfriends like to break up relationships so that they will feel more important, you know. And what's the solution to kind of get around that? It's me talking about polyamory a little bit. It's more natural for men to be polyamorous than it is for women, and women don't get that yet, because they're demanding this equality in the sexes. But you see, when men have to share one girl with other men, that typically leads to conflict more often. Women might be catty with each other, but women have cat fights. They don't have fights to the death. They don't have serious fights. And the thing is, like, men have kind of given up on women to the point we're so burned out on women, we won't even have those kind of fights anymore. We don't care about women anymore. Women don't care about men anymore, and that's bad. Like, we made this happen. Because women's desire for power to have a police force in their back pocket with their phone after they're raped, is more appealing to them than a man, a good boyfriend that is there in the moment to protect them proactively, because of that thing that 7 out of 10 are psychopaths. They want to be vindictive. They want to burn the guy after he chose her in his mate selection. She likes to have the power to say, "Oh, you chose me as your mate? Well, here's the rest of your life in a cage." That's how powerful I am. That's how powerful my vagina is. See, let's just get real about what it is. It's torture for mate selection. You were all acclimated and brainwashed into thinking that you were noble when you weren't. You made a bad word for mate selection. Isn't that fucking wild? So, all of Kurt Cobain raped me, my friend. If only she would rape me. See, if the girls would only choose the highest fucking guy in the world, they fucking knew it was me. They can't see that it's me because they were never meant to have mate selection. Women are inclined to take care of the children and to focus on that and being good mothers, It's not like uh, it was all about to be like here's where women get to decide and make selection. If they were pounded by 20 guys or something like this and ran through like jungle apes or whatever, uh, women have the power to kind of queef out the sperm of 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 the dudes that they didn't like. I don't know if you knew that stuff. Like, uh, that's about as far as it goes. Do we protect women from non-consensual rape? Uh, if it seems like the dude is going to hurt the girl, I certainly would stop it. Like, uh, I don't like to see non-consensual rape, and that girl should be better trained in martial arts. From the like I keep saying, uh, we should quit making women weaker as a sex so that they can actually compete in a fight, and we should get rid of the idea that having a police force is going to protect them from rape. It's not. It's going to punish a guy after the fact. And now that we know that that's wrong, we take the proactive measure and we tell women, hey, it's actually important to be good to your guys so that they'll come and protect you again, so that your boyfriend will want to be with you. Because none of the guys want to be with you anymore, ladies. None of the guys want to protect you in a lawless society because you've been assholes. You've been dicks. You actually grown dicks as women, and yet you want to compete with men on the sexual marketplace to prove that you're better than men by how many dudes you can fuck. And that's lowering your sexual market value to quality men, and that's lowering your ability to know who the father is. See, so this is why it's more natural for men to be polyamorous than women, because they lose sight of that. They lose sight of who the father is. They lose sight, and they don't make that solid investment. If I had more than one woman loyal to me, though, it's not going to harm anything. I'm not going to be fighting with other dudes, like, only if she's cheating on me. Like, see how that works. Like, it's much it runs much smoother for the men to be polyamorous than the women, and they don't see that. They want to put their ego into the ring, but clearly men are more inclined to have a serious conflict than women are in their jealousy and all this. The thing is, like, why would you be mating with a guy that gets jealous of other dudes, though? See, that's another thing about hypergamy. Uh, Look for that guy that is just not fucking jealous of anybody. That would be me, I guess. I mean, I want to be stronger and stuff, just like every other guy, and be more muscular and stuff. That's just a thing that all guys work on. I also want to have a perfect BMI, so it's this kind of this balance that women don't also see, that guys also want to have a life without heart attacks. So if I get all beefed up with my super muscle body, I might end up like Kimbo Slice and have that heart attack. I might have an overload one day trying to maintain all that muscle mass when that's just over my body mass index. Like I think there's a good balance for men to be fit and muscular. Uh, I don't think you should be doing steroids. Uh, but guys that are more muscular are going to be more appealing to women. Like if you focus on yourself, if you focus on your dignity, okay, if that's even more important than how you are uh, sexually to women, if you can look up to yourself first, if you can look up to who you are as a person before you even equate women into the picture, you're going to be much better off. Like now that I realize that that I'm at the top of the heap, it's just piddly. Like I I see it's a real problem to have any quality woman that matches my quality. Like no woman on earth can do the things that I do on such a massive scale. No woman on earth is hardly half as intelligent as me, or half as good of a fighter as me, or anything like half as wise as me. It just it's a big bummer, and it's a big burnout to think about women when you know that like you need one in your life to have optimal happiness. I can be content alone, and I can find tranquility alone, but I won't have that extra happiness that uh, we all desire. Having that companion gives you that happiness. Having that companion, it puts it over contentment to a world where you can be happy with your companion and your children. Okay, so seeing your children happy is the other foot. Seeing your companion happy, seeing your children happy. That's where we get happiness. It's not from being alone, because of that stat that you're going to have 40% higher mortality, and that's the highest. That's higher than alcoholism at 32%. So uh, being alone sucks. Like I've been alone for a couple years here, and I've also had a higher love life. Like uh, lacking that is just fucking tedious. Every day alone is tedious to me. Living in a world where I'm unloved by all women, and abandoned by all women in all society is just fucking tedious for me. I it's easier for me to make contact with the highest entity in the galaxy, and we can take pictures of it, but can I get a fucking date? Can I get a fucking date? When the sexual marketplace is this disgustingly bad, where every woman has that chip on her shoulder to be the biggest fucking floozy she can possibly be, the biggest disrespectful cunt she can possibly be in the end. Like how can I ever turn this around? I can't. I just have to accept that like all women want to be gang banged by black dudes, and that they will never value a guy of moral character, and that they will never value a guy who is making world history, who is setting things right for the future of the world, for his own children. Like none of this shit's ever gonna matter to a woman that is this shallow across the spectrum. So I mean, this is just like learning the nature of women 101, I guess. Uh, Idiocracy 101. Just remember that about the hair test, every time they want to speak up, just remind them of the hair test, that no woman will shave their narcissism off their head uh, to prove their love for their man. Like, they cannot do it, and the beta white knights will coddle them, and you can just see it all. Like, uh, we have totally sold out as men. We've sold out to a corrupt government. We've sold out to uh, women that threw us downriver. Like, it's time to just walk away, because if you fight with America, you lose. If you become a soldier or of some kind, and you carry a gun of some kind, like uh, as a Cascadian, you're gonna lose. Like, if you try to start a family with an American girl, you're gonna lose. Like, you just have to go MGTOW monk, I guess, if you are lucky enough to make a baby with one of these idiots, one of these broodmare Americans. Like, you are lucky, and if your kids ever get to fucking see you in your entire life, you were lucky. You were lucky as shit if they ever came around after 18, right? Like, you don't even try to entertain getting your kids back anymore. That's not the approach you should take, because that is putting power back into the former US government to keep your family apart forever with your parental dates. So what you do is you just say goodbye to the woman, say goodbye to your kids. Try to find another woman that isn't a psychopath, that won't destroy the family, that won't screw the whole town and give the president of the former government a blowjob or whatever it is. You have to find a woman that's more Cascadian, that wants to be more family oriented, a woman that's more like treats you with dignity and respect, that treats you like your royalty, when we live in a society where every fucking person is laughing at the king, Just see it for what it is, rise above, learn the knowledge, learn what's important. Your priorities now aren't money, it's your dignity. You want your kids to look up to you, okay? Okay, ladies? It's not about gossiping about all the guys you fucked. It's about making that baby, having that baby look up to you, seeing your kids smile, having fun with your kids, not fucking ripping your kids off like our parents did to us, you make the world a better place instead of a trash pile, instead of an American consumer avalanche. It's not about all the fucking presents that we can give my kids on Christmas, It's about having that original father there for them. All the shit that you can buy in the world is not going to make my kids happier without their father. Don't you see that, ladies? And I can never trust my woman again, Dr. Phil. If she calls the cops on me one fucking time, my family is destroyed. I will never trust her again. So when you call the cops on me, pregnant with my baby in South Dakota, like, I cannot fucking care about you or my child for his entire fucking life. And don't you think that's sad for my son? Don't you think that's sad? America. Your women, don't you think that's sad that they're all from the Jerry Springer TV show and none of them have a fucking ounce of dignity? None of them have a fucking ounce of humility. None of them have a fucking ounce of discipline. None of them have a fucking ounce of respect for men. No matter who the fuck you are, collectively. Don't you think that's bad? Don't you think 7 out of 10 psychopathy is bad in a society? That's going to lead to marauding. You know, you can pump all the dollars you want into 7 out of 10 psychopaths, but they're still gonna fucking take it all and then kill each other at the end of the day or some shit, right? I want to get away from humans. I know that they are the second most dangerous species on the list after the mosquito. Do you think that snakes and sharks scare me? No. My fucking girlfriend that I can never trust, my American girlfriend that might fucking stab me with a knife when I'm baking her a cake, you know? Yeah, I get to have my birthday alone. Who fucking cares? I get to have every fucking holiday alone. Who fucking cares about your American holidays? I don't want to be around psychopaths in my own fucking family anymore. If everyone in my family's a fucking dick, if everyone in society is a dick, if all of my friends just turn out to be dicks that drop me off at the bar to be a dick, miles and fucking miles from home without my car. Dude, yeah, I really wanted to have a fucking burger and a beer with you. Yeah, I get it. Women rule the world, dude. When I'm trying to teach you cheap Seattle philosophy, ladies, and that property lines don't exist anymore. You want to teach me that I need to get an education, that I need to learn more about American law or some shit. So, what am I just going to push the clock? I'm going to push the clock and get you bored and I won't fucking matter. I'm going to get my own irrelevance by talking too much, so I'm going to cut it off. I don't want to be irrelevant. Not when the shit I have to say is this fucking important. I'm kind of tired of being on the fucking bottom of the internet, under all these dark web fed trolls trying to keep me under their thumb all the time, you know? Everyone has to keep me under their fucking ego thumb at every fucking turn. What a joke. I can beat all your fucking rappers in a battle rap. I can kick Drake's ass at any fucking rap. Anytime I fucking open my mouth. So, like, you can keep putting your dudes on the charts and all your pretty boys in your fucking DMs, ladies. Enjoy your spam world and your celebrity culture. Enjoy your death orgy. Enjoy your fucking angel wings and your Red Bulls and your Coke. And enjoy your hookering. Enjoy your physical abuse and your spleen shots and fucking doing whatever the fuck you want with my children. Enjoy your fucking cages. Enjoy your presidents. Enjoy your fucking war orgy, America. Enjoy your fucking mass shootings. Enjoy your fucking school days. Enjoy your vaccine mandates and your concentration camps. Enjoy your fucking journalists spewing America every fucking day, spoon-fed by the Pentagon at 4 a.m. Enjoy your record industry that only fucking cares about money and nobody fucking has a voice. Enjoy your housing market 10 times fucking overpriced. Enjoy your rent after I banned rent on the entire continent. Enjoy your landlord parents. Enjoy your fucking leadership, I guess. Enjoy your nuclear weapons and your fucking your big EMP bullshit. Enjoy your 5G. Enjoy your fucking falling bats and birds. Enjoy your oil spills. Enjoy the fucking destruction of the entire ocean. Enjoy an ocean with no fish and a planet of hypoxia from your Pacific garbage patch. Enjoy Antarctica and your pissing contest over Antarctica. I don't know what to say anymore, guys. I hope that you find my video after a fucking 1,000 generations or some shit. Learn about the importance of keeping your family together, quit paying money, quit extraditing men from other countries and putting them in a cage when they're a whistleblower on your war crimes, quit taking in the BC3 instead of controlling your own mail system. Try to love one another again.